Hi, let's solve the very first question from today's weekly contest, that is modify the matrix. In this question, we are given an m cross n integer matrix and we need to create a zero index matrix called answer. And we have to replace each element with the value -1 with the maximum element in its respective column. Right, so the question is pretty easy. All we have to do is we have to replace these -1 given here to the maximum element in the column, right? So in this column the maximum element is 8, so this -1 should be replaced by 8. Similarly, this -1 should be replaced by the maximum value in this column, that is 9, right? So let me quickly draw things here. So the matrix given to us is 1 2 -1 4 -1 6 1 2 -1 4 -1 6 and last is 7 8 9. Okay, and okay, it's 7 8 9. Now the answer matrix should become 1 2 9 4 8 6 and 7 8 9, right? So you can observe this, that we have these columns, correct? And wherever you find -1, you find -1 in this column. So the maximum value in this column is 8, so you replace it by 8. Here you can see. Similarly, this -1 is in the third column, so you replace it with the maximum value in the third column, that is 9, so you get 9 here. So that is all that you have to do. So as it is pretty straightforward, all you have to do is you have to first get the maximum values, correct? So what we can do is we can get a vector or a array of integers, and in it we will be storing the maximum value of each and every column. So I'll first iterate in the first column, and let's call this vector p, and I will store the maximum value here. So I will get 7. Then in the second column the max value is 8, and in the third column the max value is 9. So now I have the maximum values of all the columns. Now I will go and iterate in this matrix, and wherever I find this -1, right, I will change that to this column's maximum. So this column's maximum was 8, so I can simply get it. You can already see here, right? This is the first column, this is the second column, this is the third column. So by getting the index only, you don't have to even iterate the vector again to find, what is the maximum value in this column. You can simply get the index and you will get the maximum value here, correct? So if you're on the second column, so you can take the second value of the array. Similarly, if you're on the third column, you can take the third value of the array and you get those maximum, and you can simply, by iterating and checking if this is -1, you can replace them. So that is all that I have done. So let's quickly see here. We have stored the size of the matrix, then we are iterating, right? And we have created this vector int p in which we are storing the maximum. So because you have to first iterate in columns, so I start iterating in columns, right? So you have to iterate like this. You have to iterate in this, correct? So you check this row, you check this row, and you check this row. Then you move to the second column and then you check each and every row. So this is the iteration that we are doing. First we are iterating in columns and we are taking the maximum value and we are checking all the rows in this column and getting this maximum value, and after that I am simply storing this maximum value, and then I have to do a second iteration to replace the -1 with the maximum value, correct? So here we are iterating row and column wise. Then we are we are checking if the current matrix element is -1. If it is, simply replace it with the maximum value of this j column which is stored inside of p vector, and after this we can simply return the matrix. Now talking about time and space complexity, you can simply see that time complexity would be big O of n into m because we have to iterate in the matrix, and then the space complexity is big O of m, that is the number of columns, right? So m is the number of columns, so it becomes big O of m because we are using this vector. Apart from that, we are not using any extra space. So the time complexity is big O of n into m, and the space complexity is big O of m.